So Friday after Thanksgiving, we're home chilling out. Son's playing Skylanders. He's off from school. I'm off from work. And I got some packs to crack. Eventually, hopefully later on today, maybe tomorrow, I'll get to do a Celestia build with the Guild of Ravnica kit into Commander. I already have all the cards that I'm going to think through. I got these cards, I got packs from the MJ Holdings dump through Rudy from Alpha Investments Patreons. They dumped a bunch of packs, bought those. When I cracked them, they were all first edition. And I cracked a few, but then what I did is that I went into my stash and I substituted out all Seven Kings and all Twilight Wanderer packs that I had from my old buys, and I know some are first edition, some are not. And so in this first video, I'm going to crack 10 Seven Kings, and then in the next two videos, I'm going to crack 12 each of Twilight Wanderer. And I think I have my civilized scissors within reach. Civilized scissors. I've got them better. I'm just leaving them on this table. All right, so let's crack some packs. I'm going to put these in books and just think about fun decks that I could have built in cluster. I've already reconstructed some competitive decks. They're already in the same playlist as these cards will be, but I still want to crack some packs. I like to build my own decks, and so I like to go through the exercise of selecting cards and thinking about where they fit. A lot of decks that for this game never made it to competitive, which is true for all games, and I like to build those. These would be all casual builds. Okay, and I'm gonna put them in a little stack, and I'll highlight any staples or cards that I like 4C. Oh, and I'm not sure if I need to keep a Gwyber count. I'm only cracking 10 packs. But I needed to complete a playset, and that's my fourth one. So that is perfect. I will be building several Turbo Gwyber decks, as they're called. Maribel, great card. This card is also something that I want to build with, for sure. So that pack was in pretty good shape. And I'm going to just do a single stack because they're just going to go in sleeves whichever way, since I'm selecting out what I think are my definitely my build around cards, and I'm putting them in a separate pile. So I'm gonna get a few codes from these, but I'm not exactly doing them for the codes. I'm doing them for the fun builds. And I'm already at the letter C in my report card for the willpower system. So now, some cards were in those competitive decks, and I've selected them before when I make these pack cracks. Here, I don't really care what was in those decks or not. I care about what I plan to build to. Okay. And so if I'm not planning to build to it as of now, I'm not going to highlight it. Okay. End of the year, I have a little budget the wife gives me, and I'm totally broke, right? But I still had these packs within that budget, so I feel good that I can crack them and be positive in my budget. When January comes, I'll have January money. Okay, there we go. This card also I want to build to, but I want to set it aside in this pile. I just want to put the super duper best cards up front. Good card too. Another good hit. And these are not first edition. I know that for a fact. Very good hit. Also good hit. Because these came from a booster box that I bought. And the booster box is a reprint. Doesn't matter for what I'm doing here. I'm building decks, and I really want base rarity. So actually, if I was cracking them as a collector, I'd be like, oh, I really want to crack stamped and foil and all that good stuff. but not really. I want to crack base rarity to build decks. 4C. Of course, wind is the color of force of will, green. Nice. Base rarity death sight. Fantastic. I like this guy. So every deck you'll ever build, not deck, is gonna have wind. I may build a machine Wyber deck. I'm thinking about that. I have been thinking about that because there are a few machines that have what would be called in Magic affinity for machines. Oh, nice. Very nice hit. I only have one other of this dude, and he is a powerhouse because when this card enters your field, you may remove target resonator with 1000 or more attack from the game. That is very strong. I think actually this is the strongest card in the set. The most valuable, either non-ruler or most valuable period card in the set. So that's a very good hit with which I want to build decks. And you can probably hear gaming going on in the household in the background, which is great. Friday after Thanksgiving. Of course, if you're watching this video later on, Thanksgiving 2018, because you could be watching this a year from now. And I hope you had a good Thanksgiving 2018. And if you're watching this video at some other day later on, I hope you're just having a good time when you're watching this video. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Force of Will. Of course, being in love with 4 different trading card games and having a peasant's budget is not the best idea, but you know, I just want to have a lot of fun. And I know a lot of people are really single game players. I know my Magic subscribers really want to see Magic, and I get that, and I'll feed to that because I'm building a Ravnica Mega Giga-Terra cube that I'll be working on for a long time. One Will Soldier. Nice. I'm gonna build a deck with those at some point. Meat Dragon, which goes with Wyver. Meat Dragon says you may pay 1 less to play this card for each resonator put into a graveyard from your field this turn. It's a lot more restrictive than Wyver. No surprise that Meat Dragon didn't ever really make it, whereas Wyver definitely did. I still do not understand, by the way, to this day, why Wyber is so cheap. I mean, it's like a 10-cent card. Here I am, I crack a bunch of packs, and I crack a Wyber, and I'm like, oh my god, that's great, I cracked a Wyber. And the value folks are like, well, dude, that's like a 10-cent card. And I would say to that, well, you know, my point here is to build decks. Nice hit. So I've been cracking a bunch of King Sense. That's really good. And Meat Dragon, which of course is called Drag the Red Dragon, but what I call him Meat Dragon because he looks like he's covered in raw meat.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I remember that guy.
You remember that guy, right? Okay, so I got 2 more packs to go for this pack crack. And I'm going to put these in books, start thinking about decks. And depending on how much time I have today, I'll get on with my Celestia thing. I also have the Legendary Hero decks somebody gave to my son, and I bought it from him. But I haven't had the time to go through them. And I've been also fantasizing with a Lynx cube.
Or actually buy it from you.
Yeah, I'm buying it from you, and I'll pay you full cost, $30.
Cool.
Yeah, cool, right? When I have money in January, because I don't got any money right now. But I would love to make a Lynx Super Cube someday. I don't know. That's for later. Ravnica Super Cube is the one that I'm going to be buying the most for and building the most for. But I also want to do I want to do a bunch of Force of Will in 2019, and I want to build a Lynx cube. My son's getting into Pokemon, so he's gonna cover right.
Lost Thunder.
Lost Horizon. No, that's what I call it this morning, but it's not. Not a cat. I have no idea why they call this a cat. It is not a cat. Doesn't look anything like a cat. Never did. So I think for 2019, my projects are probably going to be, if I have the money and I manage it well, which I hope to do, is I'll keep talking about it in the next video. Lynx Supercube, Ravnica Supercube, and Force of Will. A lot of stuff for Force of Will, especially the new stuff. I've got the decks to make videos with, but I'm taking my time. For New Valhalla, I've got all 5. All right, so I'll stop right there and I'll move on to Two Towers, right? Two Towers?
Twilight Wanderer.
Twilight Wanderer.